Hello. Okay, I have to just make a short video illustrating the kind of delusion, the depth of delusion that this cult can create in people. I came across a post yesterday on Facebook it's by the HuffPost Religion, called "The Power of Prayer Can Create." The power of prayer can create miracle where hope is lost. Shows a picture of two large hands made in sand holding an airplane, and it says underneath, "Will prayer aid the search for Malaysian Airlines Flight 370?" I wrote, absolutely not. If a God does exist, it has already shown itself to be the most indifferent, uncaring, sadistic monster in history. Cheryl Hitson writes, now I'm going to have to turn this off and come back because I feel a coughing fit coming on. Okay. Cheryl Hitson writes, maybe you should try to disprove anything the Bible says before you decide there isn't a God. Or maybe you should look into where the Bible came from and how it came about. Or maybe it would help you to know that the Bible is the most reliable time source and that even atheist scientists have used it as a reliable time source. Try studying it before you knock it. Maybe you should consider that this world is Satan's world, not God's. I guess you think we were all once apes. Or maybe we all grew from organisms. God is real, and his world does exist, and sadly, if you don't change your opinion, you will probably never be one of the lucky ones who gets to see it. But guess what? No matter what you believe, you will get to see Jesus. I just wish I could be there to see the look on your face when you do, and when that day comes, I hope my comment flashes through your mind. Good luck to you, die, because luck is all you have without God. I posted a link for her to the challenge by James Randi, the $1 million if you have proof of God challenge. And then I wrote, the above link is to a website where you can go to claim your $1 million, Cheryl. Since you are so sure God is real, go for it. You'll be the first. After all this time, no one has yet. As to the rest, I did actually research, have you? Where the Bible came from and how its mostly fictional characters came to be too. It's why I could not be a Christian anymore. It's why I'm sure many people going through seminary school drop out because along the way they can't believe anymore, and why so many pastors actually giving sermons don't actually believe the cult's teachings either, but are trapped in that position because of the economy and the need to have some way to still feed their families. Google the Clergy Project if you want to read more about them. And I'm sorry, but no historian who isn't a brainwashed, cult-indoctrinated Christian will agree that the Bible is a history book. You only make yourself look stupid making statements like this. If you don't mind looking ridiculous, then please go right ahead. In actuality, however, if you remotely care to know what is real and what is fantasy, the Bible is only a tiny bit more historically accurate than J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings books, which are also rather detailed in their depiction of history, but are, of course, complete fiction. But I suppose if Mommy and Daddy and your church is all telling you it's real and has been since you were born, you're bound to buy into anything. In actuality, there's that word again, there is more evidence to support the existence of Santa Claus than there is that a historical Jesus ever existed. And there is no evidence for the existence of a God anywhere. He's real, yes, and so is the purple and pink spotted dragon behind Jupiter. Anyway, have fun with your delusion. I don't need it. I don't need luck either. I do very well living in the real world. After I wrote that comment, I reread her note, and then I realized that I had kind of merged her comment with somebody else's comment under this Facebook thing who had actually said the Bible was a history book. So then I added this to my first comment. I do believe humans are apes, actually, and share the same ancestor as modern apes do? Yes. I'm not sure why you don't when there is mountains of evidence to support this well-accepted theory called evolution. I suppose you believe God popped everything into existence with a wave of his magic wand then. And yes, I believe we are living organisms. Not sure why that one's so difficult for you. As for the Bible being a time source, what the hell does that mean? A time source for what? The history is made up. How can you call made-up history a time source? I don't need to disprove the fake history of the Bible. That has already been done. Again, you would know this if you bothered to fucking read. Yeah, I just love how Christians like this also contribute the evil and wickedness in the world to Satan. It's like, you know what? God made Satan, and I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm not going to blame the creation for what the Creator made. I don't believe in the Creator, but if the Bible is true, God created Satan. So, and he did it knowing ahead of time what role Satan was going to play in his little divine plan. So no, I don't God doesn't get off as far as all the atrocities that he's caused in the world and the humans. He doesn't get off that easy. Oh, well, God, Satan did it. No, you know what? Satan was working for God, and God knew ahead of time, before he made Satan even, all the bad things that Satan was going to do. He made Satan to do all those bad things. And you know what? If these people on this airplane all turn up dead, guess what? That's part of God's divine plan, too. Everything bad that happens on the planet, it's all part of God's divine plan. So yeah, I do think he's a sadistic monster, and I wouldn't want to be in heaven forever praising and worshiping such a monster. Yuck. That's not my idea of heaven. So anyway, I just wanted to make a little short video about this, because I'm sorry. I can't believe that I used to be this way. I used to read a tract, and I would become like a little mouthpiece for the thing that I read, walking around, everything that I read, you know, just kind of added to what my belief system, and I just parroted. I parroted every fucking thing I read like it was true, and I never bothered to really research, question it, really. And it just makes me sad now to first of all, that I was this way for so long, and that other people, I'm sure this is a grown adult who wrote this post, can think this way. It's sickening. It's sickening what this cult has done to grown adults, and it's sickening what it's doing to our country. America's like one of the stupidest countries in the world now, thanks to this stupid cult. So yeah, I'm glad for all the atheists that wrote under this post on Facebook. There were a lot of atheists who wrote under this post. It makes me feel like there's hope. Like, you know what? More and more of us are speaking out. You know, and I think that's the only way to finally do something to make a difference. So anyway, if you sorry, I have coffee calling me. So yes, and I'm not even really awake, so I gotta go. If you've been watching, thanks. Bye.